Hello, it's Bruce here in the operating room of my amateur radio station V3LPR. I don't normally do videos reviewing any products, but this little handheld caught my attention not too long ago. It's the Radtel RT-950 Pro. For the price, I was skeptical of what it could do, and then I saw a few videos, a teardown and then some introductory videos, and I became curious, especially for the price. What surprised me when I first got it, first thing that I tried was listening to it in the air band. The AM audio quality and sensitivity was unbelievable, amazing, great audio output. But the biggest surprise was the fact that this is actually a tri-band handheld. And when I say tri-band, I mean 2 meters, the ham bands 2 meters, 1¼ meters, 220 megahertz, and 70 centimeters. So I thought, okay, this radio can do that, but I was skeptical of how clean the output was. So I don't want to make a long video here, but I'm going to dive in with a spectrum analyzer and show you what this radio can do at its power levels that I tested. Let's see, the other surprising thing was that this radio does very well as a general coverage shortwave receiver, covering all modes. I mean, that's sideband and CW, including AM and FM. So with all these features, I was very skeptical, as I said, until I started looking at the purity of its output. So let's look at some pictures that I took. I'm using the HP 8592 spectrum analyzer, and the first capture here I have is the radio on high power on the 11 meter band, 27 megahertz, and we can see that the first harmonic is it looks like minus 42 dB down from the fundamental, which is very good. Going up to the 10 meter band now, I was transmitting at 28.6 megahertz. And not as clean, but looks like here, what did I write? Minus 38 dB down from the fundamental. So this is again at high power, but the output has dropped to 1.3 watts. The previous output on the 11 meter band was 4 watts. Next, we move up to the 2 meter band. And again, excellent harmonic suppression, minus 50 dB down. And I tested these higher bands at low power. So in this case, the low power was transmitting 1.3 watts, little over 31 dBm of power. And the surprise was the 1¼ meter band, 220 megahertz. The harmonic, first harmonic, was 50 dB down from the fundamental. Now, the caveat for this band is that its maximum output is only about 250 milliwatts, but it's a clean signal, and that's useful. If you put that into a good antenna, or if you're close to a 220 repeater, it'll be fine. So, and it remains at that power level regardless of the power setting, low, medium, or high. But again, looking at the output on the spectrum analyzer, it's minus 50 dB down, that harmonic. And then finally, the 70 centimeter, again at low power, this radio had an output of 1.5 watts, and an impressive, again, harmonic content, minus 54 dB down. So I'm really impressed. There are a number of videos out there about the operation and all the bells and whistles that this radio could do, but I thought it would be interesting for people to see the spectral purity of this radio. And one thing I did do is enable the super user mode, and that not super user, the super mode. Excuse me, and that's just holding the 8 key, turning it off, holding the 8 key and the upper PTT button, and then turning it on, and then the screen will say super mode. And my understanding is that that allows transmissions across the entire operating range of the radio. And one thing I didn't mention is that this radio does receive all the way up to 999 megahertz. I haven't done detailed receive tests, but as I said, for the air band and the amateur radio bands, I'm very impressed with its sensitivity and also immunity to noise. So kudos to this company that I have no previous experience with. Well done, and I look forward to digging into this radio a little more. Thanks for watching. See ya.